thing, though.
Pretty much.
However, Na'Vi on a 6-game winning streak, including wins against guys like NIP, Titan, Dignitas. They won both their recent encounters against SK Gaming. On paper, they should be winners here.
But it looks like SK know kind of what's up. They've done not necessarily a 3-man stack towards B, but they have 2 players dedicated and one being a jump off. That's Magisk. So Flame is going to get held up there. The nade's going to come through, but they haven't got the kills. Zeus breaks in. Magisk also finding one towards Zeus, but Freeze is there on shore with him. Na'Vi aren't going to get this one for free, but SK are down a little low now. Freeze on 6. Magisk still kicking. That's what I want to see here. This man's been doing real well for the SK side, but it's Na'Vi bomb down, set up, and just Modi left alive.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Magisk so far, but it might not be enough here as Modi is left in the 1v3. And Na'Vi easily enough get that bomb down. Modi is going to walk straight into the crosshairs of Edward, and he will be able to get that kill here. So Na'Vi starting on the T side here. It seems like they, with confidence and alacrity, were able to push their way into the B side and lock it down.
Not sure why we've got a pause so early, didn't see anyone drop out. But hey, hopefully whatever technical issue it is does get resolved. But yeah, let's kind of talk about that one, because the irony being, SK from the actual side itself did almost no damage. The 2 players who were sat there didn't really get much done, but then it was Magisk kind of playing off of shore, doing really well, but Na'Vi just brute forcing their way through. That's the thing. Individually, I'd say Na'Vi are so much stronger than SK, but then again, you know, we saw Freeze playing pretty well before. We saw Magisk having a good game, Modi doing well as well on the A site. So I'm really interested to see how much damage SK can do here, but I think still all of us at home and, you know, here in the studios know that Na'Vi on paper should be picking this up.
Absolutely. I mean, looking into how you know, mixed teams can work, sometimes the proof is in the pudding. Sometimes you just don't know straight away. Well, you know, honeymoon period I don't think applies to, you know, having a mix sort of on the day, but sometimes it just clicks. Sometimes it just works out, and you know, your flaws maybe aren't as apparent to you when you're sort of playing with a new lineup and just, you know, going at it and you know, getting some, you know, good fortune. So Na'Vi here will probably shut them down in the next couple of rounds here. We see it's at least a Galil bought by Guardian. He paused the game because he didn't get a kill and he wasn't happy about it. Just informing the rest of his team they need to allow him to get involved. But yeah, it's a very tactical pause, of course.
Oh yeah, clearly. Round 2, always when the tactical pauses come in. We better clarify that's a joke, because apparently sarcasm is very difficult to pick up on the internet.
I'm joking!
JK lol. Oh, dank memes already coming out. Anyway, looking at SK, hopefully this gets on pause soon. It looks like they're going for the Deagle purchase. It's not too surprising. I don't know what the issue is, though. It looks like everyone's here.
It could be even lag as well. It's kind of hard to say. Nothing really standing out to me as well. Yeah, people probably should be pre-warned if they're going to hear you and I casting as well. Both have probably the driest senses of humour at the office here as well. So sarcasm is definitely a frequently drawn on method in our repertoire here. Yeah. So
we do tone ourselves down, though.
I'd like to think somewhat.
Apart from some of your phrasing on Dust 2. Maybe not so toned down.
The inner Aussie inside me is just rattling the cage constantly trying to get out. Sometimes a good you know, a good orb shot will just shatter the lock.
Gotcha.
It's like shoulder angel, shoulder devil. One's like a really proper British person, and the other is like an Aussie with a beer gut and like a blue singlet on with a core cat. Just whispering things in my ear. Core cat.
I thought you said core cat. I was like, I don't know what a core cat is, but it sounds exotic and scary.
So Bazza on one shoulder, and Archibald on the other one, who's obviously the really proper English guy.
Nice, so. Archibald. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I kind of want that to be your name from now on. Can we change all the lower thirds to Mitch Archibald Leslie?
I could see that being not such a great idea. But
I think it'd be hilarious.
It's just my opinion.
I think that's a good idea. Just in case you need more help in not getting followers on Twitter.
Yeah,
you should follow this guy on Twitter, by the way. Just a little plug there.
No, I'm happy with 1,300. Thanks. That's all right.
Is that what we've got so far?
Yeah,
hi. Thanks, producer. That better be for the lower third. This better not be... Nice. Good work, guys. Good work. I'm proud of you. But yeah, we also went on the unpause. I don't know what's going on. Trying to find from the admins. What's up, yo? What's going on here? But we can kind of talk about, you know, this map. Oh, it's back underway. Yay! I was about to say we can kind of talk about this map, at least for Na'Vi and how well they've been playing. It's a 7-6 record in the last 3 months for them. Picking up, as you said, some really good wins, and a couple of them against the likes of Virtus Pro, challenging out against TSM. I think it was like 12-16 during PGL. So they've had some really big results, or at least coming very close to against some really big teams. So they're a side to be reckoned with. Anyway, let's come back to that later on as we are back live into this. And now SK picking up the Deagles, only a touch of armor towards Magisk, and Na'Vi running 4 rifles, I guess. from the UMP, even though it does have quite the range on it, still an SMG.
With Freeze watching mid sort of so late, or late-ish into the round, not having an AWP here, it's a very light presence at A. It's just Modi and Acelian sort of watching here, and they are up quite close. There's time for Freeze to get there. Freeze gets cut down in mid, so SK really don't have the tools to defend here. Acelian has to just sort of hightail it straight on into Connector. Siege will be able to jump on him in a moment, actually, but he's got to look in two different directions. Not an ideal start here as well. Na'Vi put a lot of resources over towards A, and SK didn't really have the ability to canvas as much of the map.
Curious to see if maybe SK can recover one of these rifles, though. If Magis can get hold of one, that's going to get a little dangerous, but no. Flamey's going to catch him out, and Sandon looking for a couple of exits, I can imagine, just getting himself in towards Palace. But actually, Zeus is already, I wouldn't say expected this, but he's certainly looking for it. He was keeping his eyes on that one, and Sandon might not be able to get much out of this. Flamey's edging through. So desperate one. There's two players here, but if Zeus doesn't pull all the way through here, it's going to be for nothing. But he does catch out Zeus, and that is a rifle free. If he can get there in time, he will get the rifle. Flaming and Guardian are nowhere to be found, and actually he does at least recover that.
Yeah, that's right, of course. And with 3 casualties being inflicted on Na'Vi in that round, it's not too shabby at all for SK Gaming after what was a bit of a rough start, but at least they are not afraid to get their hands dirty mid-round and actually do some fighting there. So SK... actually, Acelian are going to be persisting with that rifle here. Not big investments at all for the rest of them, though. You see here, armor is not really a thing. Grenades, clearly not a thing for SK right now as well. So let's see what more damage they can inflict. Acelian in the mid window. Great use of that 1 AK on the team, and Edward goes down early. Yeah,
Edward's been picked up a couple of times now. He's not had the best of starts into this one. Just maybe a little unfortunate, maybe not, who knows. But that bomb is at the top of mid now, and Na'Vi going to have to try and work for this one. You can see the boost coming out, just going to drop. I believe that's Sandon up towards the side, and Acelian in the right place again here. Let's see if he's got the right timing on it. Seized is edging forward ever so slowly, and Acelian does get the tag, not the frag, takes down Seized to 15 HP.
That's right, close. And that's close enough as well. SK utilising this AK really well.
Modi is around the back here. Seized only on what? No HP, basically 15. One bullet from this CZ should do the damage. Guardian's going to find out Magisk, and there we go. Another rifle recovered. This is looking dangerous now. SK are making this one work a little better. The bomb's still up by mid, though, and Na'Vi realise that A is completely sparse of SK players.
All right, now Flaming going to make his way through as well. Let's see if he can create some distractions here as well. He does get Acelian and Zeus as well there to make amends mid-round for Na'Vi. Now, it's only Sandon and Modi. Modi, from that flank, does at least have the AK to work with here, and Sandon will just, well, stay close at the very least here. But Na'Vi have made the push to A. They're going to set that one up here as well. Zeus towards Connector and mid, and Flaming can sit back here. So it's a very, very strong hold for Na'Vi here, and Modi may not be too willing to give up this AK frivolously here. Zeus going to be challenging Sandon. Back and forth here, just pistols for the moment. Grenade's going to be following. Sandon just going to back away, rightfully so as well. He may still want to try and get this AK away. He might fancy himself in this head-to-head. It's going to be a buy next round. Oh, obviously after this one either way, so you want to get it. Modi in mid.
Yeah, Zeus then just trying to change out the Galil for the AK, make sure that no one from SK can recover any more rifles. Modi is very close to Guardian here. He might be able to take him down. He does, and he should be able to keep hold of that rifle. So well done to Modi then to get 2 and take the gun into the next round. So doing well here. Even though they're not picking up the rounds, SK, they're at least doing the damage financially, and it's not allowing Na'Vi to build up too much bank. But regardless of that, still, at least Guardian's going to get that up in play. Freeze will be able to meet him, though, but you've got to fancy Guardian's chances in that head-to-head.
Yeah, well, we know how ham Freeze was able to go last time earlier tonight on Mirage. He's just wasted no time in buying up that AWP, hoping to do the same thing again. No helmet as well, so bear that one in mind, especially if he's having to duel with AKs at long range here. But Guardian looks towards that Connector. Freeze is just waiting for him to show himself around the corner.
He saw the leg. I think he just saw a piece of the leg then, so he's going to be predicting it. Freeze really starting to find form. This is what I was waiting to see. When he has quiet games, you can see SK kind of shy away from it, but he's really starting to make a little bit of a difference now. As you can see, Na'Vi down to 3 players. Edward going to pick up the AWP, but Freeze already predicting Zeus's position coming out from that underpass position. As it's going to be 2 players are starting for Na'Vi, Edward and Seized.
Na'Vi expending a lot of their utility here just to actually buy themselves some crucial seconds in mid here. You can see the smoke towards wind window, one towards short. Edward picks up Sandon, and there was also a smoke in towards Connector as well. So they just tried to secure mid. And it might make it harder for him to hit a side here, especially only with 2 players. But Edward aggressively coming forward. Magisk will shut him down. And Seized now in mid with the bomb in hand. Let me go towards this mid window here as well. Try and come from maybe an unexpected angle. Still possibilities for him here with a flash and a smoke in hand as well. There is possibilities.
There's a good couple of chances in this. But SK are playing it, almost leaving that option open for him, saying, okay, you take that ball, play the sites themselves. Magisk can freeze by B, Modi and Acelian by A. Seized is going to try and Give it an attempt towards that A site. Picks out one by CT, but no, Cillian was waiting, and SK actually getting the round on the board is really quite important. They do go for the double AWP in the end as Magisk picks that one up, but SK picking up the first gun round. Really nice stuff from them. Na'Vi, I think there was a little bit of sloppiness in a way at times. You know, Edward just kind of barreling in towards B, then just flying down with the AWP. But still, the beginning was all thanks to Freeze, and he's still got that AWP, and he's still looking for more.
Hasn't purchased a helmet yet as well, by the way. And we do see the double AWP being picked up here. Ambitious by SK in towards this sort of eco, well, save setup here for Na'Vi. I guess they have gone at least for some Tech 9s here. A couple
all smokes
for all of them as well. So they have spent up here, as I correct myself. Let's see, the set play towards A is going to come down.
Now, last time Modi adjusted really well to this. You can see he's way in with the smoke towards stairs, Guardian getting ready for one towards jungle. Everything's going to come over there. Actually done the one right towards that balcony as well to allow Zeus the room to breathe. But Modi holding the off angle, waiting on the side patiently for the plant. Wonder if he's going to peek early. No, he is going to wait this out quite substantially. Now plays his cards as Cillian did get one. Sprays in. He gets flashed up, though. That's a danger. That was a team flash as well. That's opening things up a little bit for Na'Vi, but not too much. Sandon comes in over Sandwich, and again, that aggression paying off for them. Playing in front of those smokes, going ahead of them to the CT side and just challenging it flat out. Not allowing Na'Vi the plant, not allowing them to get close.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you mentioned Modi's positioning there as well, because he's definitely offering Na'Vi a lot more respect than he did earlier on the night, where, you know, up against Hellraisers, he was positioned very far forward, either under Palace or a danger box as well, or even making his way inside Palace. That was very passive setup for him as well. Yeah. It's almost as if he knew some sort of set play would come in and they have to play for a bit of a mini retake, but SK Gaming get their second there as well, persisting with a double AWP, but Magisk might be making a bit of an aggressive push here. See what they can set up. They definitely have mid control, but Na'Vi don't even want a bar of it.
Freeze getting a little aggressive. I like that. If they start building some confidence here, he's peeking underpass. He's seen that's clear. Doesn't know about top mid, though. Needs to be a little cautious on that one. Be careful. We're going to back away. Magisk actually picking up the AWP, something we didn't see too much of previously. No. Excited to see what he can bring. He's playing on short at the moment. Not where Sandon is, of course. That C's edging in towards him. The smoke separating the two, that's all. And Sandon holding that angle very, very well. Dependent slightly on the flashbang if required, but not really going for it. As you can see, Na'Vi just congregating in mid. 4 players starting to edge around it. Flamey still with the bomb, though. Can split off towards B. And SK going to be tested now. The Na'Vi slow pace is going to come in. And Magisk showing he suddenly does have some prowess with that AWP.
He does get the pick. He does suffer a little bit of damage in the process here. And the Molotovs come down. More fire than my upcoming mixtape. If you want more information about that, hit me up on Twitter. But now Magisk just trying to hold on here. It's going to be a nade in towards those apartments. And the most part, Na'Vi want to make a push on towards this one. They've got 3, but Sandon will be there to shut them down. Guardian responds accordingly. And Magisk is quite low. This is a very precarious position for him. Flamey is low as well, but the pistol is not enough from Magisk. And 3 players left here. 2 very low Na'Vi ones, though. That's a great nade from Cillian. That's going to hurt in the morning, especially when Freeze there. Beautiful combination from those 2. The bomb does go down. And they will get the defuse. Yeah,
they will. And they can recover both AWPs if they want to run that again. Or just stick with the AK and the AWP in the hands of Cillian, drop that out to Freeze. But really well done again to SK, slowing down the players towards B. I am substantially more impressed with this lineup than I expected to be. Just in the fact that they're not being steamrolled by Na'Vi or getting caught out a lot, because a lot of teams do get caught by Na'Vi's kind of slower, more meticulous pace that we see coming through. But still, Na'Vi are a little bit struggling for cash now. You can see the Galil's going to be kind of bought up. Now, every time we see Na'Vi normally kind of go onto those shoddier buys, it's normally to look towards A, but it seems like maybe they're going to split over towards B as well. So we can see what they can bring into this one. Smoke going to go quickly towards short, I can imagine there from Flamey, and maybe we can see them try and get some opening control. But Freeze ready and willing to greet them. Actually, no, it bounces into window. Wow, that is a really accurate one off the, off the little railing on the side.
A little bit of a patchy buy here for Na'Vi, so they'll definitely be trying to sort of carve something out here, maybe even grind it here. They worked their way towards mid. Guardian and Caesar in connected
here. Edward's already in window. He's literally used the back of that smoke to get into window. They're going hella aggressive. Modi's trying to push himself to get some map control here. He does almost catch out Flamey, who had the bomb, but Na'Vi just engulfing that A site.
Incredible sweep down on towards that one here. They had 2 in connector. They had him pushing out of T-ramp, and of course Edward was in window. There was no support to be forthcoming for SK Gaming, and Na'Vi so quickly executed that one as well, and I don't think SK even knew what hit them.
No, I don't think so either. I love that play, getting those players early in towards window. Magic's going to try and stay alive with this AWP, but he is going to be kind of chased down here by Na'Vi. But yeah, Edward being so confident to get straight up shot into window, go for the challenge. Magisk making it work. This guy, give him a rifle, give him an AWP, a deagle, it doesn't matter. He's certainly doing some damage, but still, so impressive. So impressive from Na'Vi. That's the kind of choreographed round that I love watching from them. But then again, even if they're being pushed to that by SK, that's quite an impressive feat.
Absolutely. This is obviously Na'Vi. I'm just going to get the detonation there as well. And Zeus is still hunting for Magisk. The man will just hang on for a moment here. And, you know, Na'Vi's definitely looking to be applying some pressure here as well. Magisk, as you said, doing good work with that AWP. Freeze now will have one of his own. I don't think Magisk can afford one. So just a single for them now. A few smokes coming in. Flashes as well. A lot of those. Modi with no grenades whatsoever, but still. Let's see what SK can do with it. Again, Freeze does this quite often. Sometimes he just goes to B to shore things up. And it's not a bad call now, as Na'Vi have committed a lot of resources for the moment, at least to that side of the map.
It looks like after that smoke towards window, Freeze looking for an adaptation. He's going to be denied again, but as you noted, Na'Vi really considering this B side, but Magisk is waiting for them. That nade could connect nicely. It does catch Guardian, but they are making the play.
That's it. Magisk's trying to get the spray, and he gets two. And that Flamey just at the end of there as well. He'll have a chance to back off. He'll be able to put down some of his own fire. And there's Freeze. There's Sandon. There is SK. Loud and proud. They're going to be able to take this one away unless Guardian can do something absolutely monumental here. His position is very well understood by SK Gaming. They will just be able to swoop down and pick him up. Magisk with 3 for the round. That was a stunning round from SK Gaming.
Clean as you like from SK. Wow, this okay, I get it. You know, Na'Vi are on the T side here, SK are on the CT side, but bear in mind, guys, this is the bottom of the league against third. So if you look at it that way, these are two very different teams, but with the current form of Modi coming in and Magisk coming in and Freeze being able to operate well, this is starting to, like, not necessarily the most dangerous side, but certainly a team to be reckoned with here, as Freeze might be asked a couple of questions. Once again, he has that peek towards mid. Guardian and Zeus are there, but it's only a pistol round for Na'Vi. They don't have that much to make out of this. Yeah,
they can't afford to smoke it, obviously, as you sort of said, so Freeze will be able to, if he has patience, that is, be able to pick some kills here. It'll be counterproductive for him to push down, though. He should just stay there. Sand in the great positioning as well. He might be in a bit of trouble being contested from the top of mid. Freeze will be able to take down Zeus, but not before Edward picks up Sand. It's still SK. They're in the right place at the right time for the most part. And that's what I was about to say about Freeze. Getting a little bit too big for his boots, poking mid there. Guardian is going to take his head clean off for his trouble.
So, 3v2. Don't know if they can get any of these guns. I'm just looking around. They're trying to catch out these guys. They're trying to find them real quick, not allow any kind of danger to be built up early on. Edward. Taking his time. This is a very slow round for Na'Vi. I doubt they'll catch anyone off here. I'm not sure, though. Cillian's starting to look. Maybe they could boost Edward into window. Can't let that bomb drop, though. And look at this. As Cillian, he was predicting it, but it's all about timing now. If Cillian looks away at the wrong time, Edward may be able to catch him out, but no. Nicely done by Cillian, holding his nerve, kind of predicting Na'Vi. And now just Guardian left alive.
In the 1v3, and SK clean that one up quite nicely. So the Danes put their heads out in front here. Na'Vi have been at a loss to really find an answer, I guess, to what SK have been doing, throwing these rounds in here and there. Na'Vi with 3 early rounds, of course, off the back of the pistol. But since then, SK Gaming have recovered admirably. I have to see now what the weapon status is going to be here. Na'Vi, well, a bit of a force here as well. You can see that, for the most part, most have helmets here. Some nades, 2 Galils here, so Na'Vi really just want to try and wrest control of this game back over towards them. But SK have something to say about that. Look at this aggressive push up mid. Magisk and Acilian, and they go for it, and they're going to be met by Edward Guardian at the top of mid.
This is great play. Guardian's going to be predicting this one, and they will fall. Magisk just gets ripped to pieces now. Not going to be able to follow up so easily towards Acilian. He's going to try and skulk away back towards Connector, but Na'Vi trying to punish this, chasing off the back of it. You can see the flash coming in. Acilian will find Zeus. And now the threat does get slightly neutered.
Acilian there will be watching through Connector. He was lucky to get out with his life, and I think Zeus caught a look of him as he just jumped across mid and wanted to chase it up, and it didn't work out for him. Look at Modi, though. He's done this a few times tonight. He will happily push through down on that tier ramp if he can get a kill. The Flaming seems to have caught him unawares. I think Modi was actually looking up towards a palace entrance at that time. So he will drop down now. The bomb, well, it's on the move. Might head back to A as well. Na'Vi know that Modi, who'd been so strong for SK, is now down, but Freeze can shut down Edward at least and make it the 3v3 now. C's will go towards B. Just give it a tickle, maybe try and sell something there as well. And Acilian will be looking in the wrong direction, actually, if Guardian and Flamey want to make their way over here. Acilian, for the most part, not ready for this push, but Freeze on your screen now. Expecting something to be coming out of those corridors. And Na'Vi with 2 at A. Acilian expecting something from mid. Seized might oblige momentarily after trying to sell something at B. And Sandon and Freeze have yet to make their move. If Na'Vi spring quickly, this could be easy.
Oh, and Acilian just goes hunting at the wrong time. C's only just made it over there, and now the rest of Na'Vi I don't know if they know the site's completely clear. It is, however. And Sandon's going to make it a little harder. Siege does go down. Guardian's going to be planting that bomb fairly safely. As Flamey's starting to look towards that CT. No one there just yet. Freeze already through. Guardian ready and willing to challenge down by jungle, but Flamey now watching the cross.
That's right, he's in a good spot actually as well. Guardian quite low, so he really doesn't want to poke his head up there. There's a couple of flashes for Freeze here if he chooses to use them. They might come in handy. Freeze picks up Guardian. Guardian went for a peek, maybe, I'm not sure. The flash came down, but now Freeze through the smoke. He's looking for the kill there, going for the bomb, and Flamey is going to be able to shut him down then as well. Just conservatively holding that angle there from CT, and we have a 5-5 game.
Yeah, we do. Na'Vi's starting to pick up the pace a little bit there. Well, not literally, but, you know, they like their slow rounds, and it worked. And you've got to feel a little bit. I think it was Asilian who was playing on the stairs then. He literally just went hunting as Siege came around. The timing was so close. But that, you know, timing aside, Guardian's now going to be able to get himself back on the AWP. He's not been having the loudest of games for Guardian, but we'll see. It's still fairly early, only around 11 coming in. But Flamey starting to fire on all cylinders now. Going to catch out Modi very early on. That's a big difference here. Flamey again. Was that both through smoke? I swear that ramp was smoked.
There was smoke in front of it there as well. We didn't see it on camera. I think maybe Modi was a push through and a Flamey push through, but nonetheless, Flamey with 2 there. And now Freeze will try and watch from short here. As most of Na'Vi have realised that they've canvassed out this A side. It's going to be a smoke as well towards jungle, so they know they've got this one on lock. Edward will just be in mid. He'll catch the rotators here. Santa's going to oblige in just a moment as well, and SK are going to fall right into Na'Vi's trap. And
this is dangerous. This is scary to play against. If Flamey is playing this well and he can single-handedly open sites like that, you know you're in trouble. And Freeze, I think, already trying to get out of there with that AWP. And Magic's doing the same thing up by B. Or at least push through the B apartments. Edward going hunting, trying to catch him out, trying to get that AWP away from them. Freeze is in a fairly good spot, though. Both sides trying to retain their weapons more than anything.
Minimal intention for SK to contest in any way here, of course, after dropping that last one as well as Na'Vi start to make a resurgence of their own here. Magisk and Freeze will just huddle together for warmth as the cold night of Ukraine sweeps over them. And Na'Vi, of course, will pick that one up. So, get themselves in the lead. Freeze still has his AWP, though. That is definitely something. Na'Vi should be able to buy up quite nicely here for the most part. Definitely some good utility over towards them. He's not as affluent as the rest of his team. Should still be able to afford some decent kit.
Yeah, and of course it's a lot. The disparity is quite clear. SK not being able to afford much. Magisk and Freeze the only 2 weapons remaining from that prior round. The others scraping together what they can. A CZ there, P250 here, and a Cillian with a flash. But the standard A play going to be coming out, it looks like, from Na'Vi. I wonder if they're going to just try and barrel into this. They know that Magisk and Freeze have not been playing to way. It's normally Modi sitting there, and he's going to be seeing the smoke come out. Actually, good flash for him. Going to work off the back of that. Doesn't quite catch out Zeus instantly, but he will pick up the kill and the rifle. Nice usage of that flash from Asilian.
Yeah, great timing. It really worked out there as Modi was able to push through in front of the smoke. There's Guardian, though, he gets on towards Freeze, but Modi is holding position now as well. He's looking up towards Tetris. Flame was firing through the smoke, and Modi's just going to jump up to a bit of a better vantage point here as Asilian will drop to Guardian. He's doing work. Edward saw Modi somehow up on that platform, and now it's Sandon and Magisk. Sandon has nothing but a P250. Magisk has a little bit here, of course, in his M4, but Na'Vi will slow the pace down again. They'll come for another angle and keep SK Gaming guessing.
But the thing is that Sander might be able to recover a gun out of this, or at least he should do. I know that AWP went flying, but there must be something else on the board here. Now, we can see Flamey given over the AWP by Guardian. Of course, you can do a lot of damage. You don't have to go for this straight-up trade when you have the AWP. You can hit that one shot and you're still pretty golden. So that makes sense, but still. This is a really dedicated rotate, and I'm wondering if SK are going to even consider the fact that Na'Vi would do this, but they're going to have to think so soon. 25 seconds remaining. Magic spots out Edward at mid, and he's got to be saying, you know, Sandon, get rotating, try and get a rifle, try and do something. And it looks like they're going to be a little too late to the punch here as Na'Vi committing for that full rotate through. Flamey being kind of escorted there with the AWP, already holding the angle as Guardian gets the bomb down.
Yep, and there's Flamey picking up Magisk, and SK Gaming second-guessing themselves quite a few times there. Look, Sandon stayed at 8 for so long because SK is saying to each other, you know what, it's Na'Vi. They might have even left a playback here as well to catch us on the rotate. It's too risky for me to go for the gun. There's an obvious bait as well. And Na'Vi were able just to put their foot on the brake a little bit and rotate around to B. And again, a team who likes to sort of vary the flow and the pace during the round. It's very, very hard to get a clear read on exactly what they're doing. Sometimes you just have to go with your gut. But Sandon has at least been able to secure himself an AWP. He's going to be sitting here in Palace as well. Guardian might try and find him here as well and take the one off him. And let's see, he will. He'll look for him. Sandon's going to miss a shot. He's going to have to get out of dodge. He should still be able to get away with that one at least. So there is a silver lining, although it is rather thin.
Yeah, I can't agree more. It's quite the thin silver lining to that one, considering they really did oppose them quite impressively. However, looking at this buy, we're going to see Freeze back on the up. No surprises there. Guardian's going to pick that one back away from his Flamey who picked it up. But still, I'm enjoying the kind of turnaround from Na'Vi, kind of having to play a little bit more of a full game, not being allowed to kind of rest on their laurels. As SK really are pushing them, but this is still Na'Vi on their T side. It is a very, very good performance already. And you can see that little gap in the smoke might allow Guardian a peek through if anyone fancies to cross. And Asilian getting close. Modi closer. These 4 players towards A have got a lot of damage to do.
And see Modi, though, holding strong against Edward there on that side. Zeus was forced to back away, but this is Seas now as well. Still yet to find clear passage through mid. And Freeze, this aggressive player, is going to give Seas a gimme kill. Now he jumps down towards mid. He might be able to challenge this one out as well. But Modi with 3 for the round. That guy was a freaking bastion over at that A site as well. Na'Vi didn't really know whether they should go forward, go back. Do we have time to actually pull our forces out of A and slow the game down? Modi came after them with blood in his eyes, and he managed to get the 3K.
Yeah, actually, I think he actually closed out on 4. He actually dealt with every single player going towards A then. So really was the Guardian of that A site. And that's a big impact. That's a big difference with SK. They can actually hold back these sort of plays, and then Freeze can deliver in mid, then maybe in I tries to body block the smoke. It doesn't work out for them. That will now kind of force him out of position, and Na'Vi will be allowed to take mid control. Yeah,
and they're happy with this one as well. We'll just play it slow here and just work out from wherever. And Seized here, a thorn in the side. If he can just open one more kill, that would be, of course, the signal for Na'Vi to make their push on towards A, but it's smoking. That's Modi as well standing in the way, who's just been very impressive for me, being someone who hasn't seen a lot of his play at all.
Zeus is in a really good spot here. He doesn't actually catch out Modi though, and Seized, just gets executed. Zeus was in connect here, he was on top of the box. He could have maybe seen Modi then, but maybe the smoke was just a little too high. Or he's just waiting to see if the rotates happen, as Na'Vi really slowing down the pace in mid.
Smoke's still in mid-window. It's been refreshed, I think, and Flamey and Edwin are up in ladder room as well, so they're waiting for their chance to pounce, and Asilian really doesn't favour himself here, but
Zeus
this is
has
dangerous.
got to jungle. I don't know how he's been able to slip through here. No one's been watching it, I guess, as Modi's already so pushed up. But then again, SK just pulling backwards. They're playing so deep in this. They're letting Na'Vi take some mid-control and saying, all right, we'll just stop you on those choke points towards the site. But Zeus now looking for his options towards A.
Well, the bomb's been dropped there, or went down, should I say. Sandon picked up Flamey, and that's the bomb loose here. Is Freeze can hold here. Is Edward finds Sandon. Zeus is trying to duke it out here on that A side. He does get around Freeze, and that is really crucial now. That's big. 2 plays here for Na'Vi. Edward on the stairs makes a target of himself and makes a meal of it as well. As Zeus is just going to walk over towards a bomb. He will at least be able to 1v1 against Modi. But time was not with them. Zeus with 2 kills, and SK going to draw it even at 7 apiece.
I'm just so impressed with Modi. Every single time they go A, he's been such a really big force. And I like the overall idea from SK as well. Just say, all right, if they're so focused on taking mid, sure, let them take it. We'll just play further back. We'll play from jungle. We'll play from CT if we have to. And it worked out. You saw then that Zeus was trying to kind of get a little bit of information here and there, but couldn't find anything. So now looking at the final purchase from Na'Vi on their T side, it's the Tech 9s, it's the Mollies. There's not much there to be doing with this one. Freeze going to catch out Zeus though. This time he's just staying out there. He's willing to take the challenge, but Edward sneaks his way through short.
4 smokes were thrown in mid now. Edward gets his way on towards short, but Sandon is going to give him the old don't argue, we like to call it. And now actually Spoiled that takes down Seized. Flamey. It's onto a Sandon here, but Guardian is just on his own there. Interesting from Na'Vi, actually, the investment they made in smokes in that round just to tell Freeze to bugger off. Just like, no, we're pushing mid, we're using it, you have no choice, you have no say in the matter. But still, it was a little bit of a last-ditch attempt at the half there. And SK come out with 1 round lead as halftime comes up.
Now, if you want to take map bias into this, then sure, Na'Vi still did really, really well on their T side. But you've got to give credit to SK where it's due. They've been playing a lot better than you'd kind of expect from their previous performances, especially when you take their opponent into account. Na'Vi are within the top 3 thus far in the overall ESL ESEA Pro League. I'm just so impressed with just these small differences, but I just don't know if they can really threaten Na'Vi now on the T side. That's what I'm waiting to see, is how well can they transition into their T side.
Well, it's one thing to be able to hold Na'Vi back. It's another thing to try and come crashing through them here for SK Gaming. And yes, like you said, Lauren, very unconvincing stuff for them sort of earlier in the week and last week as well. Just not a lot of things that we would really highlight as indicators of potential or future success here, but SK Gaming now showing a little bit more promise now. And we honestly have no idea. I don't know who has any idea about SK and what their plans are. I don't know what Cadian's up to today. He might even be going out. He might be, just sort of relaxing or whatever. But
Yeah.
SK in this permutation now are looking good. Always, of course, things to iron out here as well. You definitely see a lot of players playing to their own, their preferences or what they like to do. Freeze as well. Definitely likes to sort of extend himself as far as he possibly can and see if he can sort of, not luck, but sort of, you know, get one of those kills that you wouldn't normally expect to have and actually sort of slow the enemy team down.
So, it looks as though we're going to be getting ourselves underway pretty darn soon here. And here we go into the second half. The third game of the day. Second, actually, for SK, remember. Of course, they have played this match, or this map, should I say, against Hellraisers not too long ago, and they did pick up the win. So, if they can keep that up, that'll be some outstanding form. But it looks like Na'Vi going to go for that opening B stack, or at least a little bit of a B presence here as Guardian will take his place in mid and not stack it outright.
And the question is whether SK actually go for something big here. You can see the way that they're set up, according to that mini-map here. It's very much, I mean, Sandon's not pushing forward aggressively. Mighty looking for something towards A, so they're not going to gain a lot of information. They're really going to have to go a little bit further here and commit and dip their toe in the water to actually start to eke out an advantage here in this pistol round. Obviously, the importance of it at this stage of the game with how close the scores are can't be understated. And SK have shown that they've got what it takes to go head-to-head with Na'Vi, even on those full buys here. So now Cillian dropping the bomb. It looks like he might try and go and set something up in mid as well as Modi wraps around. Here's Freeze as well. Smoke towards Connector. Flash to follow, surely. And SK are on the push.
It does look like a split towards B, but Cillian's backing away from that. He's going to join them over by the B side. Smoke's gone down. 4 players now lining up. He's still got that flash to set over. He's going to put that into practice. That's the one going towards Zeus right now. He's going to be forced to back away. But C's did find Freeze. But SK pouring out that window. Zeus already finds Money. Sandon towards Zeus. They're making it count, but Flamey waited ever so patiently up on that balcony until Sandon did put him down. It's a 1v2, but it's not very likely with 20 seconds left.
No, Bomb, he's actually going to go up and recover that as well. And that makes him really, really exposed, especially to...
Oh, it's just dropped off, actually.
Connector. That was lucky. He still had to get across the truck. So he's at least spotted the player out there at Pillars, and Edward will just be able to push in and take him out. Sandon is well aware of the risk that he was taking there in the situation with time so short. So I don't know. Seems like SK struggled to, find anything, but Na'Vi are not the team that's going to give you those kind of advantages for free.
Yeah, and Flamey, I think, was sitting on the side of that ledge, just so patiently waiting for all of them to push through. He wasn't going to show his hand too early. Made the big difference. But still, let's see what SK can bring now. You know, on paper, Na'Vi are meant to be winning this game by quite the landslide, so I'm always looking at SK here just to see what they're going to do to try and stop that. And on the other side of things, it looks like Na'Vi going in for a little bit of interesting buy-up. So we've got the UMP there with Seized, Zeus with the P90, but Famises throughout otherwise. It looks like something fairly similar from SK if they go for the commitment off the back of this. However, this time, I believe it's Zeus who was with them before. Isn't there this time?
SK definitely want to stack this one yet again. Tech-9s and a Deagle. And a Dream. Couple smokes as well. Flamey again, just will always be checking that corridor as well, just for a changing game state. It is CSGO. At any moment, things could be turned on their head. And Guardian, he's pushed so far up mid now, so a lot of information going over towards Na'Vi in terms of where SK aren't, which can inform where they are. Santa will smoke. Oh, we can see this tense stuff there as Magisk picks up Flamey and Seas has to just spring into action right now. It's a good grenade actually. Taking Magisk and Freeze quite low. SK now just waiting to group up and push out, but they don't want to sort of get stopped in their tracks here as Guardian and Seas do just that. In fact, there's Seas with a second there and Guardian. They combine so nicely. 5k between the two of those players and SK just running into a wall.
Yeah, that crossfire was really, really prime then. Loved watching that. Just Guardian coming over at the right time. He did, push up mid. You spotted that out quite early on. So him just going, okay, they're not here, so they're going to have to be going B maybe, or they're playing passively on A. But he made the call right, and he did apply the pressure in the right way. You can be seeing quite the heavy note towards nades. I'm curious to see if they go for actually a push somewhere or just try and lace the nades throughout the map, because they know that SK will not have any armor, or at least very unlikely to have armor by this point. You can see Zeus waiting to try and farm up some of that money, and actually 4 players stacked towards those apartments. Maybe we're going to try and make a mad dash through it to try and overwhelm, but Zeus has the right gun in the right situation. Here we go. They are going to go for the pouring.
Oh, this could be messy here as well as SK go for it again, and Na'Vi will be there to stop them. Zeus with the triple. Oh, and the P90, and they are absolutely merciless as SK just try and again flood in towards that side. It does seem... Well, I don't want to say that their sort of their pistol rounds or their ecos are unimaginative. It just seems like they sit back, look for something, get nothing, and then shove on.
Yeah, they were just purely looking for the plant then, just trying to get a little bit more money in their bank. Maybe could have started building towards an orb there for Freeze, but not going to be the case. It's 10-8 right now. SK starting to trail a little, but this is the gun round. And still, Zeus sticking on that P90. We're seeing the opening move. Look at this from C. So aggressive, so confident. Peering out right above. Oh, Freeze down to 2. That has got to be gutting, and he knows there's going to be more stunning stuff from C. He's just perched up high like an assassin waiting to pounce. He's going to make it 2 there for himself and did so much work towards Freeze. That's already defined this round, surely.
Well, Modi and Magis now just have to try and piece together the remains of this round here. SK Gaming might have been living in a bit of a bubble there, obviously having a very good CT side, but forgetting just how hard it is to push in towards Na'Vi when they're set up so beautifully. Magis, though, will at least make some inroads here towards that. Taking down Flamey, but there's always going to be another Na'Vi player to step up, and, well, Seas gets dispatched as well. Magic says, come at me, let's go. He has only got 6 bullets left in that gun. Will he go for the reload here? He doesn't really have the freedom to do so. He's in a very exposed position. Edward's going to push towards him. Flash out in front of him as well. Mutzy Zeus. Yes, Zeus comes in from short as well at the same time, and there's really nothing you can do about there. So Magic, again, continuing to be the front runner here for SK Gaming in terms of kills, but Na'Vi, very much all consistent scorelines here as well. Between 10 and 15, I guess, for them. Not huge amounts of variance. They're just getting the job done. And SK Gaming, again, now always going back to the drawing board every round. How do we overcome this when they're back onto pistols?
Yeah, and I think you're seeing the kind of breakdown of having stand-in-ish players and not having that full set lineup. You're not going to have that same fluent kind of play that you can have maybe on a CT side. And look at Seized. He's closing in. He's got the right gun in the right place. Can he put it to work? Ooh, he takes a while to take down Magis. He might not get away with this. He does get out with 10 HP, and Zeus is there just clinically with that rifle ready to shut anyone down. Vasilian does fall, and now he finds Sandon too. And across Tetris, you're going to see Modi leap to action, but Edward sends him packing. And as I was saying, on the T side, especially with stand-ins, it's always hard to find that kind of reliance on each other, as in the CT positions. You can imagine, Modi's played on a million times. He knows how to play it, maybe not to the absolute highest echelon, but well enough that you don't have to babysit him. But on a T side, in Magisk as well, it's going to be more difficult to pull everyone together. And
that's probably why it seems unimaginative to me, at least to a viewer obviously seeing this game now, as SK probably wouldn't have an extensive playbook that they could just pull out and, mix things up here towards Na'Vi. So they just have to grind it out the old-fashioned way here. Guardian will be at B this time, notably, and he's going to be looking for Magisk, but the man again turns things around. This guy's full of surprises, but Na'Vi there, the double stack for Flamey to get the kill on towards Magisk was definitely important. They must shut that Maverick down early in the round. And here's SK trying to use mid as well. Molotov being thrown up towards the carts, but they're playing ahead of that one now as well. So Cillian and Sandon looking, hoping Na'Vi will challenge them in mid.
The thing is, the bomb is still in spawn here, so someone's going to have to go back and get it unless they intend to get everyone down. Cillian will be the player. No one's gone back to get this. They've got 50 seconds left, so I don't know how they're going to try and build an advantage. Now they're going to fall back. Modi's been trying to work towards A, but Zeus waiting patiently. Freeze does find Seized. So opening up opportunities, but where do they go? If they go towards A, there's still 2 players here, Edward and Zeus. Flamey already on the rotate. Freeze is going to be holding mid. They're once again going to depend on these kind of final moments to push through him. Modi's got the smoke to put down if he fancies it, but Zeus is going hunting. This could really offset things. He's going to have the corner on him, but Modi takes him down. This could speed up SK.
Yeah, he snapped to the off angle there, and he wasn't able to bring his gun at the right time, and now Edward's going to try and hold on towards A. He does take down a Cillian, but Sandon is there. The trade 1-for-1 happens, and Flamey is shut down. The first round of the half with Freeze gets his hand on an AWP, and he uses it to perfection. SK Gaming bring one back, their first of their T half.
Yeah, Freeze being a big factor into that. And actually, Guardian not challenging out in mid was another point. Guardian went straight over towards B then, so it did allow SK a little more freedom to do what they wanted. We can see the double orb for Na'Vi. Okay, so Seized and Guardian picking these up. Guardian going to head it over towards A. Seized taking it towards mid, it seems. And Freeze and Asilian going to try their chances here. But that early smoke is going to mean they're going to go for the cross. And C's going to have to back through the flames and re-challenge things out from the window.
He might even circle back towards mid-window as well to try and keep it fresh, but the smoke will be in the way as well as the flash comes down here. So SK, again, committing 3 players towards that mid. They value being able to branch out from there and have, I guess, a variety of choices so much.
So Flamey showing, or at least seeing 2 players from SK, and them knowing he's seen them has drawn 3 players from Na'Vi towards that side. Now, I wonder if SK is still going to go for this. They know that they've seen a little bit of their hand here. It's down to taking over Flamey and Seized. Guardian kind of starting to consider the rotate. SK are going for this. This could be dangerous. Flamey still standing. 4 players closing in. He's surrounded. He goes down. Magis makes the difference, but Guardian slowing down at least some of this attack, but the bomb is on the site.
That's right, and it's about to be planted as well. Guardian and Edward have to sally forth from the kitchen, as it were, and get on towards this bomb, but there's always flashes to come in, and Acilian brazenly pushing in. He's going to be able to pick up Guardian. He looks for Edward, but Edward is just a little bit too canny for that one as well, and, well, he's going to get a couple free frags for his trouble and take that AWP and take it to a happier, safer place as that bomb ticks away, and we'll go up.
Again, when we're seeing good play coming out from these guys, it's hard to handle Edward, though. That's big, and oh, Freeze was predicting it. He tries to adjust, the tag comes out. All right, let's see if Edward's going to go for this. Both of them just holding the angle if one of the other two pushes.
No.
No.
It was like, come at me, bros. I know you got the bomb down and all, but challenge me one-on-one, one at a time, and I'm going to have you. And he does. 2 rounds in, though, SK Gaming. Another round for them here. Some promising signs starting to develop. But Na'Vi still have that AWP that was saved for Guardian. I wonder if he'll challenge me this time.
But the money's starting to look a little worse for wear for Na'Vi. It's getting, lower and lower on the CT side. It's quite the costly side. The Famous is going to make it hard work, and Season Edward just pushing forward. They're trying to switch up the aggression here. They're going to meet SK at the doorway. Money gets the trade. Freeze comes in. It's a back and forth 2-for-2 trade out. 3v3 now on both sides. 2 of the players for Na'Vi are towards A. The bomb's still here, but Acilian has some control in mid. If he goes through Connector at this time, he might have a good shot towards these guys, but Zeus tucks himself in towards Sandwich. Seized playing from Dark. This is going to be a hard one now. Let's see what Acilian can achieve here.
Thoroughly enjoying this rotate from Acilian, actually. There's a lot of damage he can do, but Seas will be able to spot him out.
Oh, that's kind of neutered his chances. It's limited it now, as SK was still looking towards A as well. Bear in mind, Magis just showing his hand a little too. Means that Na'Vi are not going to rotate. Flamey is going to join him now. And Zeus still looking to apply the pressure. He's not done here. Trying to back out. Magis is a dangerous thing, though.
Yeah, Magisk is he wasn't born yesterday, it's safe to say, and he's able to scoop up the bomb. He's going to get out of there as well. Acilian has managed to establish this key position in mid here as well. Now, Zeus did see him over on the A site, and they had a brief little aim battle there as well. So he should be aware of him towards mid.
So yeah, Acilian's going to be that linchpin. That's the point here. They're going to use him to hold this angle and stop those 2 players rotating too comfortably. But then there's still that 1 man on B. That's still the fact here. Flamey is waiting so patiently. He's just going to wait for that bomb plant to come in. He may not even take the early challenge. It looks like he will. He's going to hear them for sure now. Freeze does come out, but the dink does come in. That's big. Coming from Magisk and Freeze. And here's that rotate factor. Acilian just waiting out patiently. He does fall to Zeus, but he gets the information. He's seen him going towards jungle. And unless Zeus switches something up here, it should be a very, very comfortable round. Oh, I even messed up the jump to short.
Well, SK Gaming look like they're going to get it done yet again. It will be their second detonation so far in this half. Bringing it back. This is good stuff from them as well, and I did like Acilian's positioning there as well. He was in mid-air for half, I think, of his salvo that he fired, so that's obviously why it didn't really find its mark. Zeus able to get the better of him there. Zeus will find Freeze as well. That's the AWP taken away from SK. They're building up bank, though. It's more so Na'Vi can at least have that to work with in the next round, because money, well, is getting a little bit tight.
Yeah, I want to see what Na'Vi go for now. It's a little bit of a mix, isn't it? You've got some players able to fall up. You might see a couple of guns dropped out. We are. C's the one on 2.9k at the moment, but I think there's a gun on the floor for him, so if needed. But these are going to be the last couple of real big buys coming in for Na'Vi before they have to start really limiting themselves on budget. Actually, Seized is going for the 5-7 already, but hitting up with the utility to kind of supplement it in some way. And for SK, it's not clean sailing either. There's still the Galil with Acilian, but T-side, they're going to cobble it together, and Guardian maybe going for a cheeky peek out of short here.
He's looking just to try and catch any sort of potential push here. Molotov comes down mid. Acilian, Shannon and Freeze are all there, and Zeus is definitely wanting to hold on to this position, as last round it was all about that one for Acilian there. Freeze wins the challenge against Guardian. That's a damn good start for the Danes here. Zeus is forced away as Seas is going to head back around towards the mid window.
Wow.
But B is neutralized. That's Magisk again, getting the better of Flamey, which is just not something we would have expected to see.
And Seas and Zeus are already rotating towards B. If SK start pushing towards A, if Acilian notices that it's just Edward here, this is almost a free sight, and Sandon is on the way towards A. Zeus suddenly realizes, guys, we've left this kind of a little too open. Freeze finds Seas in mid. They know they're on the way back round. SK reading this well, though, but Edward still standing tall. Finds one, finds two. Edward not going down without a fight here. Has to get the reload. He knows they're going towards the side. Money falls as well. Edward just rekindling some of this beautiful play. He's looking for more. He knows there's one in Sandwich. Doesn't get the shot off. Sandon finds him in the end. But my word, Edward brought that back close, and SK get the bomb down for a little more cash. We're 12-12, and look at the money now. It's starting to fall apart for Na'Vi. They're down to 2.9, 3.4, 4.4 max. So maybe a couple of deagles here and there, maybe a bit of armor if they fancy it, but it's not much to work with. And now SK is starting to flourish with a little more money, and this is the danger where Magisk and Frisk are starting to play really well. You're starting to see a really dangerous SK side. I don't know what to expect here.
The hype might even be real. I'm not even sure. Freeze with 3 in that last round. Acilian being incredibly aggressive. Caught between jungle and CT there as well. So he wasn't really able to really get the job done as well as he would have liked. But here's Freeze as well. Look at him. Trying to open something up at B, and slowly he's going to work his way through with Modi. Modi has the bomb as well. Sanded, Molotov in towards mid to shut down the Guardian, at least making his way through. A little bit of fighting happening here on shot. Sanded pushing. Sanded does get the kill towards Flamey. Magic as well, straight towards C's. SK have just gone beast mode in the last few seconds here, and they hope to continue that one now as Zeus sets up in shop. Bomb goes down. SK have 5 men over on B, and Na'Vi would be crazy to try and fight this one back.
I am amazed at this from SK. This is a clean round from them as well, not losing out on any player just as of yet. You can see Guardian and Edward still looking for something with the Deagle and the 5-7 there. Maybe Guardian can catch out someone, but... Oh, Guardian, pinpoint precision, but... So this won't convert into a round by this point, but he certainly can make it at least a little more costly. Not going to happen with Freeze there, pinning him to the floor. Edward going to wait it out with the 5-7, catch another. And I was saying it was quite a clean round for SK. They lose out on 2 in the end, but they do retain the AWP. They get the bomb plant, and they do get the lead. This is not the scoreline I was expecting to see. 13-12. SK, what a big performance coming out now. They started slow on their T side. It was, what, 5 rounds in a row for Na'Vi, and now SK have just done that back to them. This is impressive stuff. Finally, a bit of an equal buy to a degree here from these two teams. Let's see who really forges ahead now.
See, Na'Vi digging deep into their pockets here for the money to buy up these guns. SK again out in front. It's been neck and neck so far. And this time SK set up towards this B side here. Modi will be harassed a little bit on T-ramp as Na'Vi try and set up and try to push forward a little bit here actually. Edward will be looking towards Palace. Zeus is there. And C's will be obviously in between mid and A.
So, A site attention from SK. Bomb still in spawn. They don't like committing this too early, which is quite unique from SK. I don't know if it's just not wanting to pick it up at the start, but Freeze almost having an angle then towards jungle, gets denied by the smoke going through in the end. There was 3 players stacked here. I say stacked, there's 3 players paying attention towards it. Now 2 towards Dark, Guardian and CT. SK looking like they want to go for the flashes, the smokes, the mollies, put them down. They've still got, the smokes on them, so they haven't quite gone for this yet. Playing very slow, very patient, kind of Na'Vi-esque, and it has allowed Na'Vi to put that smoke down now towards that T-ramp, slow them down further. And now there's 4 players from Na'Vi here. Acilian, though, can once again be quite the dangerous factor. It looks like Guardian may be aware of this, though.
Until spray down almost claims Guardian. It does. Acilian somehow gets on towards him there. Freeze will play ahead of the smokes here. He's looking to get the tag. I think it was towards C's now. He does get pressured by Edward close up, but he's going to be forced to back up.
But look where that bomb's going. It's not towards A anymore. Magisk is leading the way towards B. It's 20 seconds left, though. They've got to run real fast on this one, and that's why Magisk drops it off. He has to be the first in. C stops Acilian. Na'Vi know it's a B play now. Flamey's watching this, and Flamey just gets decimated. 10 seconds left, and they've got to get that bomb down. Molly to try and stop the plant. 7 seconds, 6. Who's got that bomb right now? Molly is planting it as we speak in the final couple of seconds, and Seas stops it. That one bit of hope SK had was halted, and Seas, it doesn't matter if he dies now, he did the job.
SK Gaming have got to be just kicking themselves right now. Why not just push forward past that bomb, try and eliminate that last player left? But no, Seas will be able to shut down that plant in the final seconds here, and SK Gaming cheat themselves out of a potential 14-12 scoreline here. It's going to have to stay close for the moment. Freeze cannot afford the AWP here, so it's a 5-rifle setup for SK. But Magis continues to impress me. His entries have been incredible. Some of the things he's been able to pull out of his hat have been phenomenal.
Yeah, considering he's been taking down Flamey, that's the important factor to me as well. And we obviously see the trade out coming in towards the apartment. Zeus winning that one out, denying Modi the start he had won. And Na'Vi starting to win those opening trades, at least in this round. Nade comes in. Zeus staying alive, going to back away though. Guardian, they didn't really catch anyone off there. Acilian does manage to push up a little in towards Connector. And I think Guardian might have just seen the rifle then peeking out through the wall, and the UMP does the damage. That'll catch him off. And now Magic still looking for this opener towards B.
Magic's now going to make his way through slowly. He's able to be afforded that smoke at least, so Flamey may not expect this push through so rapidly. He's obviously watching the corner, has the angle down. He's just inching his way up, but Flamey shut him down. Only 2 players left now on SK. And that last round would have been so good for them right now, but no. I can't dwell on that one now as Sandon and Freeze look to just try and create some opportunities here as the last two standing, but Na'Vi have got 5. Hold on to this one now as Seas will win that challenge. Freeze will at least get something for his trouble on towards Guardian, but from here on out, he's going to be all on his own.
Now 3 players are low, but they shouldn't allow him to take the 1v1s to win this. Flamey still sitting pretty over by B, but he has been allowed towards A. Edward waiting patiently on the site. If Freeze plays this right, maybe there's a chance here. I don't know. I highly doubt it, but he's checking towards Tetris, giving away the sound. Edward falls. It's 10 seconds left. He has to go for the plant and just going to be watched by Zeus on the cross, not letting that one slip too far away, as close as it got. And he's still not getting that jump right to short.
14-13 now. One round did it, and Na'Vi have really were able to scuttle SK's plans there as well. Momentum sort of diminishing for the Danes after that very, very crucial round loss. Just have to take their minds off that one. Hopefully they're not arguing about that one still. They must look ahead as Asilian has an AK and so does Magisk. So SK are definitely still trying to force something up here.
All right, let's see how they go about this one. Bomb in the hands of Freeze this time. Crossing over towards mid. That's kind of dangerous here, but Asilian, I guess, is supporting through underpass. And they're going for something quite quick. Sandon looking to push up pretty fast here. Asilian as well, trying to find the connector presence, but it's going to be seized. To already deny Sandon and just kind of walked into that one. And it looks as though you're getting a little bit of Go TV lag there. But still, looking at this, if we take stock of it while this kind of sorts itself out, hopefully. 5 left standing for Na'Vi. 4 for SK, of course. And Asilian does have some controlling connector, and it looks like SK is still trying to build towards his B site, but you've got to say Seized is still battling it out here. It's not going to be an easy one to break through.
No, I mean, Asilian will be able to get down Zeus as well. Flamey's there, but a lot of Na'Vi are quite low. Seized and Flamey both sub 20 hit points, but Flamey doesn't need health to get the money. As Modi is the last man standing in, you've got to be concerned now for SK Gaming. I feel like that was their last chance at last round before this one here. I think after this one, they're going to be in deep trouble. Na'Vi taking a match point against SK Gaming, who came so close and still have a chance. I'll tell you what, the guys from the CIS are looking very, very strong.
Yeah, and considering how poor SK are going to be now, the sad thing is, though, you've got to feel for SK. In their game not too long ago, they've had so many close games and not then closed it out, to be completely honest. You look back against Titan and things like that, it's the same sort of story. But still, it's not over yet. There's still 2 rounds to be played here, but their bye is far from perfect. It looks like they're going to try and go towards A. Modi, Sand, and Freeze. Magisk all here. Asilian still trying out by mid, but there's Edward waiting, and he's had some very big moments this game. Not saying you can find it in this one, but still, if SK don't find a little bit of a bite to their bark soon, this is going to be Na'Vi winning out at 16-13.
Now, I really hope SK don't sort of go back to this sort of their force strategy of trying to find something presented to them on a platter and then just sort of throwing it away if that doesn't work out here. Looks like it's a set play towards A. There's plenty of smokes being used to that when you can see that Zeus is being kept out of that one. So is Edward, but Guardian is able to open up on towards Asilian through the smallest of gaps. He gets his second as well. And SK Gaming are languishing now. As Sandon at least will be able to get on towards Guardian, but Modi, he's close to dropping. He 10 health left. He's going to push down Edward, and C's get it done. A nade on towards Sandon cheekily to finish things off here. And Na'Vi have done it. SK pushed him almost to the brink, but it wasn't quite enough in the end.
Yeah, and even then just Guardian having that little gap through the smoke just made all the difference. He was able to catch him out, and these small issues can be exploited by good teams like Na'Vi, and you saw them bringing it back when it mattered. That's just the kind of caliber that they can play at. But another good sign for SK, they picked up 1 win today earlier on against Hellraisers. Not quite able to do the same against Na'Vi, but still, that is the 3rd team in the league so far, Na'Vi. So for SK to be able to get that close is a very good sign of things to come from them. Hopefully they can rekindle some of that more later. However, I say later, I mean in the next game. They've got Virtus Pro coming up now. So it's like, trial by fire if you want to look at it that way. Let's hope they can find a little bit of what almost happened in this game going into that one. But that's going to be going down on Cobble if I'm not mistaken. So guys, we're going to take a very short break, and when we're back, we'll be kicking off in that one.